You saw me standing by the old corner of Main Street, and the lights of
Bonsoir à tous et bienvenue sur iTélé pour cet entretien exceptionnel avec Jesse Hughes des Eagles of Death Metal. Bonsoir. C'est la toute première interview ici à Paris depuis les attentats du 13 novembre. 89 personnes ont perdu la vie lors de ces attentats. Des centaines d'autres ont été blessés. Certains de vos fans qui étaient présents au Bataclan en novembre dernier seront à vos côtés à l'Olympia. Mais bon nombre d'entre eux n'auront pas la force et de revenir dans une salle de concert et de vous entendre jouer. Quel message vous avez à leur transmettre, Jesse?
All right, so these are your boarding passes.
All of us?
For everybody.
Okay. Okay, good. That's everybody?
Yep.
Do you know where the security dudes are going to meet up with us at?
No, I'm not sure. What? It's up there.
So let's talk about your feelings going back to Paris. Like, what do you want this trip to be?
The return to Paris is a lot of things that I've never felt before. I take it as a holy charge, this duty of leadership that I've been elected to by circumstance. So I cannot wait to get back. I also love rock and roll. I love what I do. I can't wait to get back to it. But I'm also terrified of getting back and it not being the same, or really and honestly, I just don't want to fuck up and do anything wrong by anybody that was there with me. And I want rock and roll to go back to being the way it was for me. Rock and roll is the greatest single fucking expression you can undertake to feel free. I mean, dancing, understanding the wink and the nod that's inside music, the hidden message, the innuendo, all these things are very wonderful and have a great sensation involved with them of belonging and of being illuminated by understanding. I just think we're the fun machine. We've planted a flag of everything that rock and roll is supposed to be about. But we're sort of a band's band, like the Boy Scouts of the gods of rock. That's how I always looked at it. Purity, rock and roll ABCs. A reminder that there's nothing new under the sun and nobody made anything up. That you can't be different, but try to be the same as Little Richard. You know, these were sort of a response to everything lame in music.
Jesse's an eccentric, idiosyncratic, high IQ nutball, but only all the time. He has capes. You know anyone else that's got 12 capes? People give him capes. Man, that's tight. You know what I mean? People give him capes. And he's a vain motherfucker. He loves to talk about himself, but he does it in a fun way. I like it. I'm like, what else? It's fun to give him a hard time. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Go ahead, tell me more. You know, he's got a great sort of, lovely sort of vanity.
You know, his nickname for me is Vanity Smurf, but it really should be, in all honesty, there would need to be a character called Awesome Smurf or Totally Bitchin' Smurf, and then that I would understand. But I rarely want anyone else to look at anything else but me. Joshua is probably one of the most unique individuals that I've ever known, and we grew up in one of the most surreal and unique environments. Palm Springs, Palm Desert is like the playground of presidents and of movie stars and of Hollywood. So it's a strange environment for construction workers' kids. And you might be at a soccer match and just across the street, Reagan's with the owner of TV Guide plotting the downfall of communism. It was kind of a strange world. And Joshua and I are clearly products of that.
The interesting thing is that the eastern border of California is a mountain range, and the mountains dip one time, and in that pass, that's where all these windmills are as you enter the Coachella Valley. At one point, it dawned on me that in that mountain range, Mount San Jacinto, there's snow, and there's pine trees, and then at the bottom of that is where the desert begins. And I always thought that was interesting, like transition, where two things begin and end and touch. That spot is a special spot.
I was born in South Carolina in 1972. My father was a rocker and my mother was a model. And my parents divorced when I was 7 years old, and we moved to Palm Springs because I think my parents didn't like each other so much. They wanted to be as far from each other as possible. And I moved to Palm Desert in August of 1979. And it was a big shock for me because I was a very sheltered, very spoiled little southern kid, and I moved to the gnarliest, grittiest construction worker town at the height of the punk rock movement in the heart of Southern California. You know, it was kind of epic. And as the result of that, I didn't have a lot of friends. First time I ever encountered my best friend, Joshua Homme, who has come to define my life with me, was 1981 at an AYSO soccer match. And he was already larger than life.
I'd seen Jesse around, and he's just one of those smart, energetic guys. He's like, hey, you know, and I just thought he was cool and quirky and smart and funny. But I went to this party at this girl, Christina Haynes' house, and I kind of was crushing on her a little, and I was going to see her. And I came in, and there was this guy in the swimming pool, and it was Jesse. And everyone was looking at him, and there was this asshole that's like a bully. There were like families of bullies in our time, like, you know.
It was actually my first party, and they threw me in the pool and wouldn't let me out. I could try to get out, but I would get thrown back in, and I was just in the pool, and they were just keeping me there. It was like a cliche out of a John Hughes film, you know, and I was rather resigned to it, and I kind of heard this voice cutting through, get out of the fucking way, and I knew it was Josh. At this point, he was 6'4". He was a Viking fucking monster.
So I came up behind that guy and was like, oh, you know, we're going in the pool. Is that what we're doing? And then got him to take off, and then was like, let's go swim to the steps. And that's kind of like what connected us.
And that's the first time I felt ashamed. I didn't feel bad that bigger dudes were able to overpower me, because that's what bigger dudes are able to do. I was ashamed at that moment that I had done nothing to fight back, because I knew Joshua was going to have something to say about it. And he lifted me up from my shirt. I don't even know if he remembers it, but he lifted me up and pulled me up out of the pool, dropped me on my feet and said, at least next time try to stick up for yourself. That'll at least make you worth defending. And I didn't get offended by that. I understood what he meant. He was right. What that taught me was that friendship is not about expecting what you're going to get. It's about making sure that you're never the weakest link. And if you do that and everyone else does it, will take care of itself. But he stopped the bully from picking on me, and when he did that, it stopped him from picking on me for the rest of my high school life.
Jesse's kind of a late bloomer. Like, girls and like, he played flute. And I'd always be like, talk about blowing it. You know? But he always had this spirit. He was like, yeah, flute. I just always thought, man, this motherfucker's all right.
Being in a musical family at first, you know, I got to see the joy of rock. And then when my own discovery in music took place, you know, around high school, it was the thing that I did have in common with other people. And it was the only place wherein I was able to socialize, you know, and have friends.
If I didn't know what to say, if I didn't have the right consonants and vowels to make the right sounds out of my face to explain myself. I could play and say like, I feel like that. And then you realize someone a couple blocks down or a couple mile away is playing too. At 12, you know, playing with somebody. And you go, that's us. And that's how I understand friendship too. You know, it's like bonding over making something that wasn't there that explains you both or explains you. So friends and community is all glued together by music. Yeah, that's how you make friends. That's how you say you care about somebody. That's how you say, I wish I could tell you this, but I don't know how, so I tell you that, like that.
So music was the only place wherein I had interaction with other people, especially with Joshua, and it changed my life.
And so he really got submerged in that, and it really, I think post-high school, he started to search for more. But he was the only guy I'd ever knew that was like, I'd like to get married and have a family, have kids. I was like, really? You're 23. And he was like, yeah. I went on tour and never looked back. And when I would come back to the Daz, I would see Boots. And he had gotten married, had his son, and he was stoked. And he had that same enthusiasm and that fire. And then it kind of all came crashing down, you know.
I got married and I had a son and I followed a square life, truly a square, as conservative as you can get. And I came home one day and my ex-wife was having an affair. And I went through a very typical, you know, I've served you my whole life, God, and if this is what I get for it, fuck it. I weighed like 260 pounds at the time. And I lost 80 pounds in 6 months. And my mother was worried that I was going to kill myself, so she called Joshua to come check on me.
You know, he was working at a video store in the adult section. Then he was at this pivotal moment where it was like, I need a new direction. This one dead-ended. And I care about him, and so I was like, let's try something.
From the time we were in 10th grade, I was 11th grade, he was in 10th grade, he would start telling me, you should be in a band. You need to be in entertainment.
He was starting to play more and more guitar, and he had written a couple songs, and they were good. They were really good.
I had written 2 songs, I Only Want You and Whore Hoppin', and when he listened to it, he looked at me and he went, can you make more of these?
I told him, all right, if you write 30 songs and they're this good, we'll really start a band. And I went on tour and I came back and he had 50. And of those 50 songs, 52 of them were good.
Joshua drove me to Hollywood in my mother's car, and we recorded our first album, and here I am.
We took this road trip to LA, and on the car ride, I was like, okay, we probably should go over a few things.
That was one of the most inspired conversations that I've ever been a part of, because the first thing I realized when we were in the car is that he really was concerned. He was really worried about even bringing me into this world and the effect it would have on me.
Because music has a way of dazzling you, but it'll make you go like, fuck my old life, let's do that. You know, honey, I'm leaving forever. It can ruin your shit, you know? So I was like, there's a few things you should know, you know?
The most bizarre and unbelievable crash course of rules of show business was in that 2-hour car ride. And he's very sensitive to things. Like, he understands that people will trade a wonderful life in the Midwest for a probably not gonna make it chance in Hollywood. This world we live in will change your life, make you wreck your life for nothing, you know what I mean? And he was always conscious of that and protective of it. We recorded that record in 3 days, and it was completed over the next 7 days.
And when we finished that first record, I took Jesse backstage, and I just got a big boombox. I said, just play this, and just like dance by the boombox. And so he would play that first Eagles death metal record, and it's contagious, that record. It's just like, whoa, you know? And he'd be like, he'd be dancing and looking, but you know, looking people in the eye, going like that. They'll come over and say, what's this? And just tell him. So he'd be dancing and people would go, what is this? And he'd go, it's me.
Every time Joshua would take me to shows, we'd be backstage and I would put the album on and just sit by the stereo waiting for people like a Venus flytrap. Who is this? That's me. No big deal. You want me to turn it up? Because I will. I have no problem. I should play this song again, shouldn't I? Does my dick make me look fat? You know, I mean, these are all... But that's what rock and roll is, you know. It's the rooster's walk.
It was a new excuse to spend more time together because we were a bit like Ding and Dong. And he used to rollerblade a lot, which no one, it's like, that's not a great idea, you know? And I remember he used to, like, if you're in the desert and you're walking somewhere and your good buddy is like rollerblading backwards and he's got like a mustache and jean shorts on where the pockets are coming out, you know? And he's going, you know what else we could do? We could do that. And I'd be like, oh. But that's where he got his name, rollerblading. They'd call him Fruit Boots, you know, make fun of him, pick on him. And I was like, no, man, fuck that. Let's get some lights and light up your boots. Be Boots Electric. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, lemonade, you know? Lemons, fucking lemonade.
Move, don't speak, even whisper. There's something happening, but don't be scared.
He did undergo an amazing metamorphosis, a transformation, but he retained who he was when he came out of the cocoon. He was still him, but it was like, and I loved being a part of that.
I became Boots Electric. Joshua became Baby Duck.
It fed into this fun game, and so he'd be Boots Electric and I'd be Baby Duck, no matter where we would go. You know, I've always said, like, once in every generation a mustache comes along. Freddie Mercury, Tom Selleck, Boots Electric.
You have a greater claim to the throne when you pull the sword from the stone than when you simply proclaim yourself the king. And I always felt like we pulled the sword from the stone, but more like a giant dick out of our pants. It was like ready to go.
By the time we did Death by Sexy, we were ready. There was no reason to slow down then. One of my most proudest moments is the bass parts on that record. And that record was so much fun. It just felt like not a care in the world, and it sounds that way.
When we played at Coachella, our hometown, I walked on stage and saw every bully that ever picked on me. And by the time we got to the stage, I was so nervous, which had never happened to me before. And Joshua was there, second drums, and when I turned around and saw him, he knows how to give it a look that's like, breathe, focus, don't be lame.
I had, especially at that time, I was really into a little bit longer arc of something. In terms of a record, like 3 records is a good thing to look at. And each record needs to be good so it supports that long arc. But that takes a little time, and like you have to unfurl that and enjoy that.
Eagles of Death Metal is a rotating lineup. Jesse writes the songs, and Josh is the backbeat of the band. Unfortunately, he's not available very often.
So Joshua is the mastermind of a band called Queens of the Stone Age, which is kind of an iconic band that's been around for 20 years, and it's a really demanding band. So to take on a band like Eagles of Death Metal meant that he couldn't be on the road with the band the entire time. In fact, he would be obliged to tour with Queens of the Stone Age.
But Eagles should be able to tour even when I can't. It should be able to move at the speed of opportunity. And it would not be fair if I was like, you have to wait for me or you're chained to my schedule. That's wrong.
Yeah, it can be confusing to some people. You go see the band live, and sometimes Josh is there, and sometimes he can't be, so he's not.
The notion that he could not be present was always there, always understood.
Because I want him to do well, even if that means I can't be there. It's like, that's a no-brainer. You can't wait. You go.
And that's the other thing about this band. We're a live band. We're a live band. That's where the magic happens. That's where the devil is released, so to speak.
Ladies and gentlemen, gathered here today, I know it is a hot day. I know we are all gathered today in a field of sweat, but don't it feel good, ladies and gentlemen?
His rapport with the audience is contagious. It's like a tent revival.
Are you ready to be possessed by the spirits of the night? Can I get an amen? Are you ready for rock and roll? I want so hard, I want so good. Now can you trust me if you know you should? They're talking and they're telling you. Leave them alone, 'cause the boy's bad news. Oh.
So to watch the culmination of all this stuff where it's like, are you ready for rock and roll? Where I was like, fuck yeah.
The boy's bad news. The boy's bad news. The boy's bad news.
But when Joshua was on the kid, it's fucking hilarious because he fucks with me the whole time, which is awesome. But I fuck with him the whole time because I know he'll fucking make him laugh. And when he laughs, it's fucking awesome, you know. Certain people have that face that when they curl into a smile, it's like the sun shines a little bit warmer. He loves it, and I love being able to watch him love it. And that's a wonderful thing to be able to have in front of everyone on stage.
Eagles has always been about Boots and I hanging out together, making music together. I just want to have fun together. And Jesse is very much the same way. But it was like, we need to develop a family.
I was Josh's guitar tech in Caius. So we've known each other for 23 years now, I think, something like that. He was a kid when we met. And then I played with Queens of the Stone Age with Joshua, and the first gig that we ever played was in Palm Desert, and that's when I met Jesse.
And so Dave Ketching and BOC started touring with us.
It reminded me so much of the music I was listening to, and Bono would have been listening to age 15, because it was like the Sweet, Slade, and the biggest one, T-Rex. I just immediately connected with it. I just thought they were amazing.
But like, they come from a tradition, and you know, it's a deep, deep tradition going back to the blues, and as the old cliche goes, rock lost the roll along the way, but also lost some of that humor, some of that swagger. They brought that swagger back.
And they do it so well. I mean, it's like I hadn't heard music with that kind of spirit and swing since, you know, Iggy Pop.
And that's why I love the name. The Eagles, you know, just think of the Eagles, and I think of death metal, and I think, yeah, that's where I want to be. That's where I want to live. I love the name.
We've hit this place where we have this relationship with the fans, because really, the only reason I get to do this job, the only reason that I'm even sitting in front of this fucking camera is because people like the music and care enough about it. It's why I get to tour around the world. And the people that first came to Eagles of Death Metal are awesome. Queens fans are great, but the people that came to Eagles on its own merits as we've developed were extra special to me.
They're so good on stage, and Jesse is so, you know, so entertaining and so nice, and they make you feel that you're part of it.
On danse, voilà, on chante, c'est génial. Enfin, c'est vraiment le moment de liberté que je préfère.
Jesse is the main focus of Eagles of Death Metal, you know. He's been playing some kind of rock and roll, Rolling Stones riff, but in a bad way, but that works. The guy is really into what he is doing, and he really wants to interact with people, and you see he's genuine.
I love the energy of the band. You know, it's happiness, it's fun happiness, it's just joy, and this is what I love.
He only sings about, you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but on stage is much more caring than that.
I don't think it's just because Josh is involved. I think it's really the personality of Jesse. And I think this is the reason why people love Eagles of Death Metal.
I hope you know that this is the truth. Look me in the eyes. I love you motherfuckers so hard. And after the show, Davy Joe Ketchum and I are going to hand out hot cocoa and hugs. Can you dig it? Amen.
It just makes you feel like you're unique and you're special, and he cares for you.
Because I'm a kitty cat that likes to be petted, I hang out with the kids. I talk to them. I'm with our fans. But then again, I don't look at it like they're our fans. I look at it like we're all rock and rollers here. I'm just the monkey that shakes his dick for you while you dance. I see the rock and roll show as like several parts getting together and creating a human piston. I push on them a little bit and they push back, and pretty soon it goes. And there's a moment where if you pay attention and if you do what you're supposed to do, the show will come to life. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It comes alive. It becomes its own thing. And it's real. It's a real thing. It's what every band wants. I never want to ever not be able to experience that sensation of joy when someone is adoring you. But I'm looking at them just as much as they're looking at me. We're a very fortunate band. We're very lucky, luckier than most. And we have the best fans in the world. And I think when you're an Eagles of Death Metal fan, you like fun and you love your mom. I think Eagles of Death Metal fans are very special. And Joshua does too. Joshua's a great believer in the 3-record plan, but he wanted to make sure I had room to develop, never getting too fast, never getting too greedy. And he wanted to make sure that this band didn't just get swallowed up as a side project, because, I mean, name one side project that's successful, and I'll wait. Because you can't. The ability to stand on our own, the ability to be independent was critical. When we were making Zipper Down, there was a lot of trepidation on everyone's part. I wasn't certain if this was the point where Eagles of Death Metal needed to be without Joshua. It had to get to a point where he could not need to be there. That's really what it is. It's not that he can't be there. He has to not need to be there. And when we determined that I was imminent enough to withstand his star power, I was no longer a light bulb connected to a battery. I was a star with its own fire. It wasn't contrary to the 3-album plan. It was merely the cycle starting over.
So, yeah, we finished the record, and I said, maybe I should pull out of Eagles of Death Metal and tell Boots, like, I love you, man. You should go. This is that time, you know?
But I believe God works in mysterious ways, and God knows what's coming. We don't. And because he's merciful, sometimes he'll arrange the pieces a little differently in your favor, knowing what you're about to go into. I believe that.
BOC got sick and had to focus on that.
Brian O'Connor has been fighting cancer. When we began rehearsals for the tour, Brian took us aside and he said, I just don't think I can do this tour. And Matt McJunkins came, an angel, really.
And so I was really adamant about touring as much as I could on this record. So those first tours, I was there quite a bit. The US tour ended, and then there was the European tour, which is a little longer. So I was like, I'll go on that too. But then I didn't because Brody was pregnant, and so I didn't go, you know. And it was kind of last minute.
I was called in October to join, you know, this November tour. Well, it was going to be a 6-week European tour. So there's sort of big shoes to fill. Not just Josh, but all these other guys.
So going forward on this tour at first was strange because the elements had realigned. You know, there was some new players.
Being the new guy, I would agree in that the energy was unreal.
Everyone was there. All rock and rollers answered the call. So every show was sold out. I mean, the momentum that's been building on this shit has been incredible.
When I was in Caius and I used to let go of the doorknob in a hotel when we were going to go out and do something, I would always, I had this habit, I would say, and little does he know what's about to happen to him. As a way of like letting myself be ready for whatever. And what's interesting is that whatever is really around the corner.
Let's talk about the show. How would you describe the show before everything happened?
It was just gearing up to be another epic notch on this tour, and the energy was immediate. You could actually feel the anticipation of rock and roll there. Rock and roll was alive.
When they booked the show for the Bataclan, we just thought we will be front row. We just want to be there next to the band and, you know, just enjoy the show as much as possible.
I was in the pit, like on the left of the stage, watching Dave catching.
And we were really happy to see Dave. I was happy to see Dave because I really like him. I like how he plays.
We're having the best time ever. Like all the shows were, the energy was extremely high and we're having a really great time.
The crowd was into it and they were on fire that night. It was just, I was singing like a teenager, and I never do that. I was having so much fun and just like, it was one of the most magical, coolest concerts ever.
This is one hell of a fucking rock show we were playing.
Yeah, I was recording with BOC. You know, I said, Eagles are on tour, come over to the studio and record. And I was texting with Eden, is everything cool? Like, make sure everything's running smooth.
They're playing, Jesse just fabulous as always.
Everybody was smiling and just, you know, jumping.
The rhythm was fun because in between songs, Jesse talked a lot and even more than he usually did.
Tonight, if you are willing, you can become possessed by the spirit of rock and roll. Are you willing?
Pendant le concert, j'étais tout devant de la scène, j'étais au deuxième rang, juste en face de Jesse.
I fucking love you, motherfuckers. I hope you know that. Je t'aime.
Oui, Jesse a fait son emblème du cœur comme ça, avant de nous dire nos amis.
And when I look around, only two words come to mind. Nos amis.
Dernière chose qu'il nous a dit en français avant l'attaque.
The band was playing Kiss the Devil.
And the shooting started.
I heard what I thought was firecrackers.
I'll never forget that I looked out and everyone's face was looking at me. And I was off that stage like that. And then the house lights went on. I looked over and saw Davey. Davey's like a real innocent in a way. He's really a sweetheart. And when the lights went on, he saw shit that he'd never seen before in his life. And that's the first time I knew we were in trouble and things were really bad.
And I looked to the side and Jesse, Eden, Boot, were all in this, there was a little enclave, just a little tiny one, and they were in there.
And then the next round of bangs came, and I just found myself to be lying on the floor with people on top of me.
Et très rapidement, on s'est tous couchés, allongés, assis par terre. Moi, j'ai été assise. En fait, je me suis retrouvée contre la barrière du premier rang.
I didn't have time to go on the floor, so I was on the... Sorry, la barrière.
Et en fait, j'avais Patricia en face de moi. Et Patricia est blonde. Et j'avais deux angoisses énormes à ce moment-là, même si je restais... Enfin, j'étais un peu calme. C'était étrange. J'avais deux angoisses, c'est qu'il tire dans la tête de Patricia ou la mienne.
I was hiding, there was people on top of me. I was on top of people. Everyone was holding everybody very, very tight.
Because at this point, there were two shooters at the top on the balcony that had started shooting at us. And thank God for our drum tech Boot. I don't know where he had the calm or the presence of mind, but suddenly I heard his voice above the din, and he was like, we gotta wait till they reload, Jesse. And he was like worried that I was shocked.
I turned around and I just saw them, you know, they were trying to kill everybody.
People were playing dead, and these dudes were like kicking people to see if they would move, and then they'd shoot. And then they'd turn around, see somebody move, and shoot them. The way to get off the stage, we actually had to walk back into the full view of the audience. And the only chance we had of getting out of this was to look at what was coming. And so I parted that curtain. There's really no frame of reference for what I saw then, because everyone fell like wheat in the wind. And fear came, I mean, it really, I saw fear take a hold of everyone in that theater. And I remember thinking that in my head, because that was the first thing when I parted that curtain. I saw this girl. She got shot right when I opened up the curtain. And it's not like it is in the movies. It's a force pushing a body in a direction it doesn't want to go. And it rips it open and it makes noises that aren't normal. And people make noises that aren't normal when something's exploding out of their chest and shit. But it just blew this mist into the air, and I tasted like I had copper pennies in my mouth.
It's like my mind went off my body and I was like floating on the venue, and I just heard a friend next to me screaming, "Get out."
I basically was playing dead, and then I thought about everyone that I love, mostly my son and my family and my friends.
I remember crawling on top of people who were lying. I don't know if they were dead or playing dead.
All right, well, I'm gonna get shot leaving, or I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna try to get the fuck out of here.
Pour moi, c'était vraiment une mer, une marée, une mer de gens dans lesquels on shootait. Et j'ai l'image, enfin pour moi c'est noir, une mer noire de gens qu'on assassinait.
In a way, I just sat on a stage and watched like 7 of my friends die just so I could get off the stage. I had to wait for it. One of the last girls I saw get shot, she stood up and she said, "Why are you doing this? I'm so scared." And he turned and he took 2 steps forward and he fired into her, and it just took something out of me. And I guess I went into a daze, and it wasn't until the shooter on the balcony dropped his clip and it caught my attention, and I followed it down, and it, like divine providence, it fell at the feet of the dude shooting on the bottom, and he dropped his clip. And I snapped out of it. That's when I had my Saving Private Ryan moment, and I went, "Oh, fucking Boot, these guys are reloading. These guys are reloading." And Boot goes, "Fucking these guys were loading." I mean, bizarre benefit of everyone shooting at the same time. They reloaded at the same time.
Because it stopped for just a second. And I remember Boot said, "They're reloading, run." I don't think any of us, I mean, I know I wouldn't have gotten up. I probably would have just stayed there unless he said that. And when he said that, we all ran.
If we don't fucking move right now, we're gonna fucking die. And we got off the stage, and I was expecting to see my girl Tuesday. As we got into the backstage area, I knew I had to get Tuesday, and Eden and Davey tried to follow me, but Davey got behind me. And he took a wrong turn, and he ended up locking himself in a bathroom. And one of the shooters would spend an hour and a half trying to kick in the door and kill him, only taking breaks to kill other people.
I closed the door and locked it. As the shots got closer, I went into the shower thinking, you know, if they shoot into the door, at least I'll be hiding somewhere. And a bomb went off above my head, and I guess that was one of the guys.
I didn't mean to not wait for him, you know. I was trying to find Tuesday. There was no way I was gonna leave her.
I knew where the door was, so I start to crawl. People were pulling me back in, like it was so hard to get out. But I called Josh straight away. No, actually, I texted him.
I was at, my studio. And then I got these calls from Paris, but we were in the middle of doing something, like 3 back to back to back. Simultaneously, this kind of text came in at the same time from him. It was something like, "Grab your boys, they're shooting," you know? I was like, "Huh?" And then it rang that 4th time. And so I picked up the phone. Yeah, it was my friend Scotty.
So then I talked to him on the phone, and I told him what happened.
They were shooting, and 4 people got hit next to me. I'm covered in blood, you know? Get your boys, get them out of here. Call, find a way to get them out of here.
And his first reaction was, "How's Jesse, and how's the whole band?"
I mean, I had just texted Eden like 5 minutes before. "Is everything cool?" And he's like, "Yeah, everything's good." So it's so funny. It's like that transition. What I was saying was that transition comes back to me, you know, where two things meet. And you don't know whether they're ending or beginning, but they're doing both. It's like a transition between seconds, except it's where one thing wonderful has come crashing down and something awful is beginning.
I was very confused. I didn't understand what was going on.
I remember feeling myself going, no, 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 while he's talking. I'm like thinking, shut the fuck up, what? No, 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 no. And BOC's looking at me and I start, you know, like, I'll never forget, I realize I'm walking in circles going, and I remember thinking, I'm walking, where am I going? And I said, BOC, and I realized again, I'm going, no, 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 no. You know, I think I grabbed the wrong sunglasses, a motorcycle helmet, these napkins, and jumped in my car.
I went upstairs to our dressing room and there was no one in there, and then I opened up a door to go to the front hallway and the door shut behind me, and there was a dude with a gun at the other end of it. It was an FAL. It's like a big M16 but with no handle. But I was trying to back up, like, without this dude noticing me, and he was looking back and forth, and he caught me out of the corner of his eye, and he turned around, and I was 3 feet from the door, and I was in a narrow hallway, and he had me cold, and I thought this was it for me, and I just started flexing and backing up, and I actually flexed so hard I bruised my own ribs, and he took a step towards me, and he went to bring down his gun, and it hit the door frame. And right as it hit the door frame, I fell into the door, and I pulled the door handle open and opened it. And then he gave me just enough time to get around the door, and it had a hydraulic arm on it. And when the dude started shooting, it shut the door. And I remember I could feel the wind off the door, the force, like somebody just fucking thrown it shut.
And then I started thinking, well, where are the cops? Because this is, you know, after 15 minutes, I was like, cops should be here by now, for sure. After 2.5 hours, I was like, where the fuck are the cops at this point? Because they were still shooting people or I don't know.
Et du coup, je l'ai formulé, je crois que Patricia m'a dit après qu'elle l'avait entendu, j'ai dit c'est maintenant, c'est maintenant.
I just remember going to the exit and I'm going to get out.
J'ai vu des gens qui allaient qui s'engouffraient dans un escalier et en fait c'était la sortie.
I escaped and I stayed in a building close to the Bataclan.
I got to the doorway that we went out into the alleyway. And two girls were trying to get around me to get outside the door. The dude that I met in the hallway, he had finally gotten to the top of that stairwell, and these two girls tried to run around me, and this girl's head just fucking she got shot in the head, and it blew me into the door. Eden grabbed me, pulled me out of the doorway, and I could truly feel the bullets on my hair.
So eventually I just started hearing more French people talking. So I started knocking on the door and saying, you know, I'm in here, I'm in here. I heard someone at the top of the stairs say something about grenades, and he started kicking in the door. And then someone blew themselves up outside of the door about a foot away from my head.
Something kicked in, and I said to myself, I gotta get out. And as I know the Bataclan very well, I knew where the emergency exit was. I managed to crawl out of the venue. I arrive on the corner of the streets, and there I see Julian Dorio, the drummer. And you know, I said to myself, that guy doesn't speak French, and it just seemed so lost.
Julian, my drummer, blew past me, and Tuesday was hiding between two cars outside, and she jumped up and she went, Julian, and I heard her voice, and I've never been more fucking happy and relieved to hear anyone's voice in my fucking life.
We got out, and there's the side alley, and as I'm running and going so fast, I look, and this guy is like shoulder to shoulder with me and running as fast as we both can go. I look over, and it's Arthur.
And then I look back, and I see Jesse, Tuesday, and Eden coming. And I say to them, come with me, I'm gonna put you into a cab.
And Arthur just kind of pushes us all in the car.
Jesse was really, really scared. He was going, they're gonna get us, they're gonna come after us, they're gonna come after us.
And right when I go for my wallet, you know, which of course I know I don't have it, but I'm not thinking, and he pulls out 50 euros and he hands it to me. He says, go.
I gave them money so that they can go to a police station with the cab.
And the first person I called was Joshua, and he was already in a car on the way to my management office, and he had assured me he'd already spoken to my son and he would call him back now that he knew I was okay. And that was an unbelievable asset at that moment, to not have to worry about shit that anybody would worry about. I knew that somebody was on it.
Whether it's real or not, you just like want to go, I got you. You're coming home, it's gonna be good, I'm on it.
The first real thing about the conversation I remember is Boots. Boots. Breathe. Jesse. And I like came to in the conversation, and he goes, okay, I need you to focus on who you're with, and I'm gonna find everything else out.
He was relieved, you know? And we were relieved to speak to each other, you know? It's a cold comfort, but it's comfort nonetheless in a moment that's like where the world's on fire.
I didn't know if anyone got out or what, and before the guy blew himself up, he wasn't kicking the door as hard as the police, because when the police got there, when they kicked it, it almost came off the hinges. They were just like, all right, look, you're gonna be fine. We have to get you out. Don't look down. Just look up, we'll carry you out. But of course, you know, you have to look, and it was, you know, beyond horrible, especially with someone that just blew themselves up right where I had to walk.
How do my sweetest friends unsee this? And, you know, then you go, well, they can't.
He said, Jesse, I'm gonna get you home. Okay, I swear to you, you know you trust me? And I was like, of course, I trust you. He's like, I'm gonna get you home, I'm gonna get you all home. And I could hear he was starting to break up, and I could hear already that a guilt in his voice, and I know Joshua, and I knew right then that he felt guilty that he wasn't with me, he wasn't there with us.
The world stays together because of love and light and hope. That's why the city exists, because of a silent agreement to go for something more, you know, and to reach for something more. Otherwise, it would be fucking chaos everywhere. And it's like, and that's why life exists, you know.
All 89 of them that were taken at the Bataclan, they died either stepping in front of other people they were trying to protect, or not leaving people who were wounded.
We were preparing for a big TV live broadcast out of Paris.
I had just rehearsed a line, "Is the world at war again?" And that's when we were interrupted.
Then I hear, we've got to leave now. There's something big going down in Paris, some big thing. It's like terrorism or whatever. There's like people being shot. We don't know quite what it is, but we're gonna have to take you now. We're all going back to the hotel. People have their mobile phones out. We're looking at the news reports. And actually at that moment, everyone just, this awful dread, this terrible feeling came over us all. We started to realize how serious it was, and the scope and the multiple locations.
I knew that we were bonded forever. We were bound, me and every person that was there. We're all bound by this. And that's a responsibility to me.
I felt so fucking angry because they stole this from him. So it was really hard. It's just so unfair to anyone, but especially to him and the band.
We were very wound up watching, and we had our, you know, what you do. We bowed our heads for a moment. And of course, we didn't know that we were comrades. That's the funny thing. It's like there's somebody's having a go at you. That's what it sort of felt like. What he saw, what they saw, very few people have stared down that kind of cold-blooded evil.
Paris has been very weird up until now, I think. Everyone was talking about it. So when you get in a conversation and people are talking about it, and you say, yeah, I know, I was there, I escaped, it was a bit overwhelming at times.
After the gig, it's like, fuck, I'm alive. And I want to be alive more than ever today, more than before. And I just want to enjoy that.
It's the second part of my life. And And Eagles of Death Metal, it's a part of my second life.
So now I know how lucky I am, you know, and I feel like I owe something to myself to do something good with that second part of my life.
À partir du moment où j'ai commencé voilà, à vouloir sortir, à ramper, je pense m'être mis en mode instinct de survie. J'ai fait en sorte aussi de ne pas voir les gens qui étaient allongés à terre, de ne pas regarder voilà, les gens pleins de sang, ça, pour essayer de ne pas garder des traces dans mes souvenirs de ces choses-là.
C'était juste un carnage. Moi, j'ai vraiment beaucoup de chance. Je m'en suis sortie. Oui, j'ai cru que j'allais mourir, que ouais, j'allais prendre une balle, que c'était la fin et que ça allait finir là.
It's like something special, really difficult happened to us, and I think now we share that thing, and what we want to do about it, it's make something positive.
You know, there's a line of a Queen of the Stone Age song. I want something good to die for, to make it beautiful to live. And, you know, that struck a chord. Because in the end, you don't need to do more. You just have to do things that matter for you.
I guess everyone deals with it another way. And you know, it's been 3 months, I think even yesterday, or a few days. And I don't know if it's the right way to deal with it, but I've been drinking a lot, and that's pretty much what's got me through it. But it's fucked up. I can't sleep. I have nightmares nonstop. It's horrible. I'm definitely scarred mentally.
I'm just a bit worried about the people in the band, not the rock stars, you know, the human beings. I mean, the guys have been back to the US very quickly, so they've been away from all the people who were, you know, attacked. And I know it has helped me a lot to talk to other survivors, you know, just to understand that the guilt was natural, the guilt of not helping people survive and stuff. So I don't know how they stand on a human point of view. And I know that's a feeling shared by many fans.
Well, after Paris, I went to New York to see my girlfriend, and I was there, and I got a call from Josh, who said that U2 had invited us to perform a song with them.
In Paris, you know, and this is just weeks after we had got back, you know, after November 13th.
And I spoke to Julian, and then I think probably the next day I spoke with Jesse, and Jesse was pretty wound up as you would be. Julian was playing it, you know, he was keeping his head, and so was Jesse until he wasn't.
I'll never forget, you know, him pretty much tracking me down to say, we've gone to the memorial. We took some lyrics and flowers that meant something to us. We wanted to let you know. But any resource that U2 has is at your disposal.
It was important because it's the defiant thing to do. It's like to go, we are not having our fans and our concerts destroyed by this movement.
Because the attack is on a way of life. It's not any one thing. I mean, they picked a restaurant that night. People eat, French love to eat. They picked soccer game, you know, at Stade de France. They picked the music. These are all the things we love and they don't.
And U2 gave us an opportunity and a chance to come back, and to come back quickly. Because the more time that passed just being at home, that stigma starts growing. And then not only just against Paris, but also just about just being on stage.
We have an airplane and all this, so maybe they could use our airplane. Just if they need to fly out, we'll get them out, whatever they need.
They were so cool and gracious, and they gave us their stage.
And the fact that they played so quickly after that is really important, and I admire that and all those guys.
These are our brothers, our fellow troubadours. They were robbed of their stage 3 weeks ago, and we would like to offer them ours tonight. Would you welcome the Eagles of Death Metal?
Definitely it was weird because it wasn't that long afterwards, and it was a big thing for the people there too. You know, I think it was a big statement.
Is everybody here having a good time? I said, can I hear you? Is everybody here having a good time?
You can imagine how difficult that would be to walk on stage. It was like 3 weeks later. To fly back to Paris, to walk on the stage, that step. I was so proud, you know, Jesse wore a white suit. Fucking vanity smurf.
I fucking love you guys so hard and I will never stop rocking and rolling. Can you dig it?
And of course, you know, going back for the U2 thing was amazing, but to go back and actually play our show where it's just our fans and getting to see our friends, it had to happen at some point.
It's very delicate. There's not much room for error, but there's almost no way to do it right. He also represents something now. We also represent something now. And there's an added importance that always was looming and it showed its face. Music is important. It's important. It's important. It's a talisman for helping those people heal. Like, some of the people won't be able to make it. They just won't be able to. They'll want to, but they just can't. And we understand that. And then there's people that will need to be there. And they'll need Boots and Davey and all those guys. And God willing, if I can be there to walk across that line from the side of the stage, on the stage, to tell them who we are. There's a very idealistic moment there that can galvanize everyone together. That's wonderful and hopeful and possible, that has that faith still. That faith that was always there could actually be the saving grace of that moment, or the first step out of a fucking terrible situation. And, you know, I still don't know if I'm going to be able to make it there myself, you know?
Yeah, we're not really sure if Josh can make it, because he obviously wants to be at the show and be supportive, but his baby is going to come any moment now.
I don't think I would be even thinking about going back out on tour if it weren't for the quality of people that I had in my band. I just hope going forward I can represent our gang the best. And Joshua does too.
All right, let's start going.
I love Joshua more than I love most anyone, and he's been there for me. But I really wish he was going to Paris with us. It's added a sort of unforeseen pressure that I never counted on. I just want to do what I'm supposed to do to make sure that everyone comes through this okay. And I want this show in Paris to really fulfill the needs of certain individuals, maybe more than others. But I want it to fix me too. And I've never really thought so much about it before, but now I don't have that luxury because 89 of my friends have died, and it has to mean something. And I just want to be worthy of everything that I have been charged with, you know? I take very seriously what I do, and I also want to do right by telling the truth based on how I feel about things, and I don't know what's right and wrong to say and when, you know, and there's political ramifications here that I think are important, but are they appropriate? And you know, questions is what I would call it. It's a multitude of questions that have unforgivable consequences if they're not answered correctly. That's not normally how rock and roll is.
You all right?
Yes, sir.
Good to see you.
Oh, boy.
So hey.
Hello, God. Nice.
Hello. How are you?
Hey, there you are. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Jesse.
Hello, Don.
I'm Lawrence.
I'm Jesse.
I'm going to interview you.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Don.
It's okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Voilà, Laurence Ferrari qui a donc rencontré ce soir à 18h Jesse Hughes, le leader des Eagles of Death Metal qui seront en concert demain soir à l'Olympia.
Bonsoir à tous et bienvenue sur ᵽkë pour cet entretien exceptionnel avec Jesse Hughes des Eagles of Death Metal. Bonsoir. C'est la toute première interview ici à Paris depuis les attentats du 13 novembre. Vous êtes dans les rues de Paris, vous respirez l'air de Paris en ce moment même. Dans quel état d'esprit êtes-vous?
I'm kind of a raw nerve, you know. I really don't know how I feel. I just, I am glad to be back. There's just been such an outpouring of support for us and love for us. It's overwhelming. I just don't want to let anyone down, you know.
Certains de vos fans qui étaient présents au Bataclan en novembre dernier seront à vos côtés à l'Olympia pour surmonter leur traumatisme. Vous les y avez invités, mais bon nombre d'entre eux n'auront pas la force et de revenir dans une salle de concert et de vous entendre jouer. Quel message vous avez à leur transmettre, Jesse?
I hope they know that I love them very much and that whenever they're ready to come back, I'll be on hand. You know, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do.
Jesse, est-ce que ce drame vous a fait changer d'avis sur la législation sur les armes à feu ou pas du tout? Est-ce que ça n'a rien à voir pour vous?
Gun control kind of doesn't have anything to do with it, but if you want to bring it up, I'll ask you, did your French gun control stop a single fucking person from dying at the Bataclan? And if anyone can answer yes, I'd like to hear it, because I don't think so. I think the only thing that stopped it was some of the bravest men that I've ever seen in my life charging headfirst into the face of death with their firearms. I know people will disagree with me, but it just seems like God made men and women, and that night guns made them equal. And I hate it that it's that way. I think the only way my mind has been changed is maybe that until nobody has guns, everybody has to have them. Because I don't ever want to see anything like this ever happen again. And I want everyone to have the best chance to live. And I saw people die that maybe could have lived. I don't know. But I wish I knew for sure if they could have had a better chance. Because there were some real angels, real wonderful people at that show that are alive today. And I really wish they were, because their loss is so much greater than the scumbags that took themselves out as cowards, you know? But this doesn't have anything to do with politics or gun control or anything like that. This has to do with rock and rollers wanting to shake their dick and have a good time. So tomorrow night, I don't want anyone thinking about guns. I don't want anyone to think or worry or be concerned or even any of that shit. I want them to walk in that door. I want them to check their politics at that door. And I want them to come in with us and shake their titties and their ass and have a good time.
Merci beaucoup, Jesse, d'avoir répondu à nos questions. Bon concert demain soir. Le public parisien sera avec vous et vous portera.
Thank you, darling. Is this a balcony?
Here, you want to,
Yes.
How you doing, babe? Good. Better now.
Yeah. How are you?
Oh.
Nice to see you.
There's that. What's up, E-Rock?
You guys didn't
How you
bring any
doing, man?
cigarettes, did you? I did. I got
got
buttons
some.
for everyone.
I got some. Hey, babe. How are you?
How you doing? Great.
Are we going upstairs?
Huh?
Are we going to go upstairs?
Sure, we can. Yeah, you want to go upstairs?
Yeah. I'm so glad you
I just want to make an entrance.
How's the new baby?
I'll show you when you're done. I'll show you. It's
Beautiful.
amazing. Yeah. It's
How much
amazing.
did you weigh?
8 pounds 2 ounces.
Awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah, the wolf has landed.
That's awesome.
So I'll get myself situated and I'll come see you.
Thanks, baby doll.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. Can we have 1 minute? Can we take 1 minute? Just one moment. Can we have just one moment? Right, just one moment. Yeah. I want to make sure that the reason I'm here, I say to you before we go any further, I'm here to be your best friend. I'm here for you to put your shoulders back and your chin up and fucking take it. Take it. Take it on the chin, on the face. I'm here. We're gonna take it, all right?
Yeah.
Because they need somebody.
Yeah.
And you're that somebody. Stay with me. We'll stay tight. I got your back, 100%. Like the fist.
Okay.
You're the fist.
Yeah.
I'm the arm. You're the fist.
I like
Okay?
that. That's awesome, baby duck.
All
Thank
right.
you. I needed that pep talk, baby duck. I needed that.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I'm here. What's the next thing? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm never alone. I look at my phone. If I call you up, you're never at home. I love you all the time.
I think about the Bataclan, what we all need is to finish that gig.
So we decided to come early at Olympia, but we are really scared about the security and all this stuff, you know.
We had to go out into the crowd. We had to kind of show that everything was cool and safe. So Davey, Joshua, and I went out into the line, and McJunkins and Julian stayed and waited for them to come in. So we greeted them on their way in, and then the rest of the band was there to receive them once they got there.
I want to be at the same spot. That's the only thing I really want, and it's not even I want, it's I need it to be at the same spot, like a symbol to end the show.
Like I said, we'll take care of everything.
We're friends now because we have a mutual experience other than just they watch the show, we play the show. It's like, well, we're worried about each other's lives. We can have that because we kind of shared this strangely intimate experience, you know, that really no one else knows what that's like.
For me, I don't know if heal's the right word, but maybe just put it away and put it in the past. And we're gonna finish the concert to just kind of close it down, you know?
But there will be a sense of relief after today because it will definitely be the most important show I've ever played in my life.
We're gonna rock and roll tonight, buddy. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
Hi, baby.
Hi. Hi.
How you doing, my man?
It's good to see you.
It's good to see
Yeah.
you, dude.
Good. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'll see everybody in there. See you, everybody. Thank you for coming. We'll see you in there.
Just a word, please. I just wanted to tell you that I was at the Bataclan Coffee that night, and just in front of, I saw them going inside, and I just wanted to tell you I'm really sorry about that.
It's okay.
I couldn't do anything.
I know.
Okay.
Hey, it's not you. Come on, dude.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man. It's okay. I love you guys. I will see you in there. I will see you in there. I will see you in there. I love you, baby.
You know, the toast last night and this today. This is who you are.
It's who we are.
It's who you are. It's, you know, that's why I wanted you to take those moments, you know, and like, yeah, that's all.
That was
I love
awesome.
you. Yeah, that was the right thing to do.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm glad I'm here too.
It's not lost on me how uncommonly bizarre our friendship is. It's not lost on him. I feel like this is coming out as we talk. I'm starting to feel like I really do hope I could ever be as good a friend to him as he's able to be to me and has been, you know?
I can tell by that look in your eye. You've got a look that roams around and sees another guy. I would beg you if I thought it would make you stay. Ce soir c'est le soir, et toi avec moi. Into your boudoir, tu viens, oh la la, I love
you guys.
Someone. No lips, all tongue. All tongue.
You guys, let's keep it light. Let's just fucking rock this house.
We saw the worst of humanity in the people that attacked us, but in the aftermath, we saw the best of it, be it in Paris or all over the world. That was really good for the people who escaped.
When I feel like I get too close, I'll put you right down. Whoa! Never really leave it, just slip away. And I'm not gonna lie just to make you feel better. Watching you suffer feels much better to me. I don't want you to fall in love now, so please don't stop. I only want you. Whoa! I only want you. Whoa! I only want you. Whoa! I only want you. Yes, I know that it's terribly cruel, but then I like it. 'Cause you tried to love me, I just can't stay. And I'm not gonna lie just to make you feel better. Watching you suffer feels much better to me. I'm about to lay destruction on you. I'm not the lover, man, that you want me to be. Oh, so I only want you. Oh, I only want you. Go. I only want you. Yeah. I only want you. Let's take a moment to remember, and we get back to the fun. propose a toast right now real quick here, because I see a room full of fucking champions. I see a room full of my friends. Knows I'm me. You know what I'm saying? I fucking love you all the time. I'm not gonna lie, just to make you feel better. Watching you suffer, feel better than me. I'm about to lay the destruction on you. I'm not the lover, man, that you want me to be. Time with y'all right now. Can you not feel this shit? Can you not feel this shit right now? Can you not?
Friends have always been important to me, and that I got to see my friends come out for me. I got to see Joshua come out for us in a big way. I'm really the luckiest motherfucker in the world right now. I really am. We do just get to go back to being a rock and roll band. That's it.
When Jesse had it rough and it was in a dark place, we left the desert and started working on Eagles to get out of it. Music's always saved me when I was in my worst, you know, and this is actually the perfect band for when it hurts the most.
I would beg if I thought it would make you stay. Dis-moi pourquoi. Dis-moi pourquoi. Dis-moi pourquoi.
I love you all the time.
Time.
Be a part of the city of Paris. These are our brothers, our fellow troubadours. They were robbed of their stage 3 weeks ago, and we would like to offer them ours tonight. Would you welcome the Eagles, Death Metal? tune. The stage is theirs. We love you, Paris. Au revoir.
How do I say it? Those I mean, our friends, our fucking the devil tonight. Ow! Oh!
She said I felt myself away.
Hello?
Up. To make rock and roll. Along the way I had to sell my soul. I made some good friends that make me stay. I really want to be in LA. I took the 10 trips of Beverly. They took my potato roll out the other day. I really got to make me stay. I really want to be in LA. Fucking awesome. I wasn't expecting that shit. Can you dig it? Come on now, girl, I want you to show me the world.
you a sister in a Sunday dress. She's out to please, she's out to best. She's on the take, no need to try. She's ready to make. Oh yeah, it's so easy. When everybody's trying to please me, baby. Oh yeah, it's so easy. When everybody's trying to please me, yeah. Cause I crash in every night. I drink and drive, everything's insane. I make a fire, but I miss the firefight. I hit the bullseye every single night. Oh yeah, it's so easy. Wow, everybody's trying to please me, baby. Oh yeah, it's so easy. Wow, everybody's trying to please me. It's so easy, but nothing seems to please me. It all feels so right when I'm fading into the night. See me into you fall down. Oh, yeah, I see you standing there. Oh, you goddamn, you think you're so cool. Oh, why don't you just tell them, ladies? Tell them what you can do. Yeah. Oh, good God, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Wow, yeah. You get nothing for nothing if that's what you do. Turn around, bitch, I got a use for you. What besides, you ain't got nothing better to do, and I'm bored. Yeah, it's so easy. When everybody's trying to please me, baby. Yeah, it's so easy. When everybody's trying to please me, it's so easy. But nothing seems to please me. It all feels so right when I'm fading into the night. So come with me. Don't ask me where, 'cause I don't know. I'll try to please you, but I ain't got no money. Thank God. Oh yeah, it's so easy. Tell them, ladies. So damn easy. Oh yeah, what is it, ladies? What is it? It's so easy. Now use some foul language and tell me. So fucking yeah, easy. Yeah. Oh, what is it, baby? It's so easy. Yeah, what is it, little ladies? So damn easy. Use some foul language, pretty baby girl. It's so easy. Use some foul language, pretty baby girl. So fucking easy. Yeah. It's so easy. Oh, so damn easy. Yeah. Ooh, it's so easy. Yeah. Don't speak, even whisper. Nothing happening, but don't be scared. I'm too smooth, you never see me coming. Hurry, I'm just moving fast. I'm your fabulous weapon. I am no target, girl, so use me well. I'm gonna feel it tonight, yeah. Gonna take your whole world.
I came to LA to make rock and roll. Along the way I had to sell my soul. I made some good friends that make me say I really wanna be in LA. I took the 10 to get to Beverly, laid some rock to tape, roll out on 180. Alan and Natasha always make me say I really wanna be in LA. I take the city in the dead of night. I'm burning gas until I feel alright. My sunset honeys always make me say I really wanna be in LA. I came to LA to make rock and roll. Along the way I had to sell my soul. I made some good friends that make me say I really wanna be in LA. I really wanna be in LA. I really wanna be, really wanna be, really wanna be in LA.
I'm an alligator. I'm a mama papa coming for you. I'm a space invader. I'll be a rock and rollin' bitch for you. Keep your mouth shut. You're smoking like a big monkey bird, and I'm busting out my brains for words. Keep your electric on me, babe. Put your ray gun to my head. Rest your space face close to my love. Freak out in a moon age daydream, oh yeah. Don't fake it, baby. Lay the real thing on me. Church of my lover. It's such a holy place to be. Make me, baby. Let me jump into the air. Let me know you really care. Keep your electric on me, babe. Put your ray gun to my head. Rest your space face close to my love. Freak out in a moon age daydream, oh
feeling and it's deep in my body. It gives me wiggles and it makes my bum shake. I said, if I should touch you, might be electrocuted. Deep in your body, you will get your first hit. If I should touch you, you won't know what is happening. You'll speak in tongues and you will feel your heart racing. You'll start to dance like it's all you got to live for. And you'll speak in tongues, now let me demonstrate, baby. I got this feeling and it's deep in my body. It gives me wiggles and it makes my rump shake. If I should touch you, might be electrocuted. Deep in your body, you will get your first hit.
For the first time ever on TV, how about we have, with Ᵽɇť Save a Prayer, Ᵽɇť and the Eagles of Death Metal. Have a great weekend, everyone!
Flash
say so. Why are not every lady up front? Ladies to the front, men's to the back. That's how we do things over here at Amoeba Records. Apparently you weren't clued in. Ladies, it's so hot tonight. I'm sweating.
Turn it down.
Nice, bro.
Waste your time, cause the boys bad news.
Just leave him alone, cause the boy's bad news. Ho! I want you so hard, I want you so good. Now take a chance, mama, you know you should. Trust your instincts and let me in. Just be my rider, don't be my friend. My friends are talking and they're telling you.
Wasting your time, the boys bad news.
My friends are talking and they're telling you.
Leave them alone, cause it's just bad news. Waste your time, cause the boys bad news.
Just leave him alone, cause the boy's bad news.
Bad news.
Now, this is exciting. In the past, we've had bands out on 53rd Street. Paul mentioned that. We've actually had the bands performing on the marquee of the Ed Sullivan Theater, and we actually had them on the roof of the Ed Sullivan Theater building. Tonight, this band will be performing right on Broadway. And their new CD is called Sexy. Their new CD is called Death by Sexy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Eagles of Death Metal.
Cause the boy's bad news. Ho! I want you so hard, I want you so good. boy's bad news. Ooh, ooh, the boy's bad news. 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 Boy's bad news. The boy's bad news. The boy's bad news. The boy's bad news.
Death Metal, 53rd and Broadway. How cool was that?
That was cool.
Nice job. We'll be right back, everybody.
Tell the sweet young things, looky here, this one's got long black hair. She's like a death metal queen, strutting sluts all through that whole popping scene. Make me say shit, goddamn. I'm a man, I'm a man. I said shit, goddamn. I'm a man. Ride lightning fast for fuel, cross the desert at the speed of sound. I've got the knife and I've got my gun. I can't lose, cause on the devil's favorite son makes me say shit, goddamn. I'm a man, I'm a man. I said shit, goddamn. I'm a man. We're the kids of the blazing sun. We got the desert, got the sand in our guns. We love the whole hop and that ain't no lie. You could tell by the devil's look in her eye. Goddamn, I'm a man, I'm a man. I said shit, goddamn. I'm a man, I'm a man. Yes, I said shit, goddamn. I'm a man, I'm a man. Yes, you know I said shit, goddamn. I'm a man.
It's my birthday.
And he is now a member of the Eagles of Death Metal. Let's hear it for the Eagles of Death Metal!
Thank Death Metal Denver, and we fucking love you so hard. Thank you so much.
I love you all the time.